welcome to the Bold Black Girls Podcast. I'm Aries.
And I am Kim.
Welcome to episode 6.
Episode 6. All right, here we are.
Yeah.
So, by the time this episode airs, it will be back to school.
I know.
So,
Bittersweet.
Aries is still in her season. I'm no longer in that season.
Kim always talking about her season that she's not in.
I am not in.
Gosh, I'm jealous, but I understand. You're on the back end of the struggle. I'm on the front end.
Yes.
Well, no, you had the front end.
I had the front end.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be back by the time this episode airs. We'll be 2 weeks in. So I'm hoping that everything goes well.
I hope so too.
Because I always feel like I'm never prepared as I need to be.
I don't know if I ever felt like that. I'm like, it's just school. Maybe because my mom was a school teacher.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about homework that I'm going to have to do that I don't have time for. So I'm going to be hiring a tutor for LJ this year. So I always can use LJ to help Marvin, but when it comes to he's in the 5th grade. So
wow.
I'm like, am I smarter than the 5th grader? I don't know. If 4th grade was any indication,
5th grade is different from when we were in 5th grade.
That's a very crucial grade for kids nowadays. So
I agree. My mom taught 5th grade actually.
Is that the grade?
Yeah, but the 5th grade that they're in now is not the 5th grade she was teaching.
It's different.
It is not. They weren't even using computers.
Oh, well, maybe it's easier.
That is true.
I don't know.
So, how has your summer been these last few weeks? Because we're closing out on summer.
It's been interesting. I don't feel like it's really a summer. I think I do, but I don't. I don't know. I feel like I've still been working.
A vacation.
No vacation.
A real tropical.
That has to do with, that's what it is. I'm like, is it summer? I feel like you got to go out the country to really make it.
Or at least bougie, to some good water. Bougie. Yeah.
Like, oh, you got to go out the country to really be.
I have to use my passport.
I need to be stamped up.
Yes.
If there's no stamp, there's no vacation. No. But no, that's not true.
But that's okay. You know, there are seasons for vacations too. Yeah.
You know. I know I'm going to get one in before the year's up, but I don't have the plans yet, so we'll see how that works out. What about you?
Not much of anything. Pretty much staying here locally in Dallas, just enjoying what we have here to offer. So I have a season pass to Six Flags.
Oh yeah, you are a big old kid.
So I've been trying to put my money's worth in my season pass. So we went to Six Flags. I took off on a Monday, and it was fabulous.
I was like, what you doing?
I like the adrenaline.
I was at Six Flags. I'm like,
hot.
This girl always at somewhere.
I don't know. I like that adrenaline.
And that's why I sent my kids with Kim.
Right, which last week I decided to fulfill all my obligations to all of the kids I committed to. So LJ, Marvin, and I, we went to not Jump Street,
Urban
one of those
Air.
trampoline places.
Urban Air.
We had a ball. Picked one kid up on Friday. We went swimming. Took one to Six Flags. So just trying to fulfill my obligation. I'm not committing to anything else. In 2019, I am done.
Oh, please.
Well, you know, it'll be a pop-up. Because once you commit, kids don't forget.
And that's why I don't commit to that. Especially when it comes to kids. I feel bad. Like
I don't even commit to adults anymore, though, honestly.
Well, I'm more so... I know I don't do that either. But I more so don't with kids because that is big. You know, to kids. When Kim she was late coming to pick my kids up, right? Hella late.
Dallas traffic.
Hella late. So I'm like, what time are you coming? So then she was telling me what was up, so I wasn't saying anything to the kids. So LJ's like, hovering. I text her like, LJ's hovering.
And what I say, put him on the porch.
She's like, is Kim still coming? And I'm like, yeah, she's coming. And he just kept on like, what time did she say? You know, they want to know. LJ's the numbers guy. He likes to know exactly what time, so he knows he can
prepare himself
mentally for when he's gonna have some fun. So he's ready. But yeah, they love you to come over and she does all the
we went and got ice cream.
Activities.
Yes. And then we went and got ice cream.
Yeah, so I love those days. And then I can do mom stuff.
Yeah, I made sure I got them ice cream right before bed. We came in a little sweaty.
They were. You already know. I was like, go straight to the shower because LJ's on that grown man status now. So. Yeah.
And your dad was here for 2 weeks.
My dad was here for 2 weeks. That's always a great time because he just loves his grandsons, and we got to spend some quality time together. Yeah. Good talks, good just, you know, he got that sage wisdom now.
Sage.
You know,
I
like
that.
you're OG now, Dad.
Right,
For real.
sage.
We both be tripping on how old we are now. He like, man, I can't believe I'm this old. Like I'm really this age. I'm like,
And
I
I
know.
have a daughter that's this age.
Because we're very youthful on the inside.
Yes.
So he doesn't like
And
to
vibrant.
feel like an old man. So he takes the boys golfing every single day when he comes.
Oh, speaking of golfing, her kids have clubs. Her kids
do.
have clubs.
They probably golf better than me. They've been
Yes,
doing it for
I
a
need to
long
pick
time.
them up so they can take them to teach me.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so I do want to learn the fundamentals of golf. So I'm signing up for a ladies clinic for golf locally. I found it online, so I said, you know what, let me try something new.
See, then we can go and get the cart and start.
Yeah, you know, I like bowling, golf, anything with balls. I like it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Sports. Sports. Dodgeball.
See, I don't like all that.
Oh, so
Don't
we
throw
played
nothing in my
dodgeball at
face.
the trampoline court.
See,
Oh,
no.
we had a ball.
I'm good. I don't need those
Yes.
kind of injuries. I'll be the one that get hurt. I don't need nothing flying towards me and all that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to stay healthy and keep all my limbs intact.
Okay, so now, Hot Girl Summer. What's
Yeah.
on your summer playlist?
Hot Girl Summer, the
Okay.
new song. Well, at this point, it'll be out for a couple weeks, but
Right.
like it just came out. Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, Ty Dolla $ign, new songs out. I love it. I just love it because I love Meg. Like I'm realizing that what I like about her is her like collaboration. She's just been so like City Girls, you know, all the different female rappers. I feel like she's been super like wanting
She's
to.
putting together a sisterhood
I like that.
and not division.
That's the part I think I
Right.
really like about
To
it.
say it's enough room for all of us to rap, we can all come to the table and we have something unique to bring.
Yes.
I like her. She's young. She's from Houston.
Yeah,
Her language is a little vulgar, but I still like it.
I like vulgar
Yeah.
language, so. I do, and it's funny because I know a lot of guys they've been saying some negative things about her because of the type of stuff that she talks about.
But they say vulgar things as well.
I know it's always a double standard. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm not mad. At least she's being real.
She's honest.
I like it.
She's being
So
her
I'm still on my
authentic
Meg.
self.
I'm still on my Meg fan club right
Right.
now.
And remember what she just posted on Instagram with
The Hot Girl Summer.
no, the violin.
oh
Lizzo.
the flute.
Yes.
Lizzo.
Oh, yes, the
violin.
flute.
Lizzo. Because you know Lizzo was known for being like the twerking with the
Oh
flute.
yeah, she has inspired me to start wearing my leotard more. So, because you know I'm a former ballerina.
Oh, yes, you are. We need
Yes.
to post that picture on our Instagram page. Kim and her ballerina outfit. And I was never a ballerina, even though that's what you call me.
Yeah, she
but I was,
came up in the Zumba twirling.
but I was in dance like pretty much my whole life. So, you know,
Dance is life.
you know.
So, since we're talking about Meg Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summer, my song is Big Sean, Single Again.
I love that. I
well,
really, really
you really
love
like that
his
one?
song
Okay.
because it's so vulnerable.
It is.
It feels vulnerable. Like he's talking about looking at himself and
Taking
just
the time that he needs
to heal
mentally.
Yes, mental health. I mean, that's a great song. So I'm glad that's on your list because I like it too.
Okay, so we've talked about commitment. So let's jump into our commitments as far as relationships. So, what's your current relationship status? And I ask because the people want to know.
Who are the people?
Just
What do you-
know, I've been hit up. Hey, what's Aries' relationship status?
Ooh.
Is she dating?
Well, I am dating. I am exploring because I think that's what we all are doing when we try something like that. You know, I do have a commitment issue with even saying I have a relationship because it's been so long since I had one, and
Define long.
6 years
That is a long time.
in a committed relationship.
Committed.
I'm scared, I think. Like, and I've talked about my fears of having a relationship because I just have failed so bad in the past. I'm like, I'm always kind of like, you know, a little nervous about just the different things because I'm learning so much about myself as whenever you got to deal with somebody else that was raised different, they're a different person. So you're
All
trying to
comes
see
into
how
play.
can we coexist? How can we You know, are we compatible? Are we, you know? So that stuff is always like that. So,
Okay. All right,
what's your
Dora.
relationship status?
Well, always has and will be according to my taxes. I'm single.
Oh, well, I'm single according to my taxes too. Now I don't have a ring, so
So, um, I guess I've been single for, I think it's almost approaching 3 years.
that's a decent amount of time.
That's a long time.
Do you feel like that was on purpose? Like
I
you
do.
took that time?
I do. And I'm okay with being single. I think it took a bold step to realize, you know what, I don't want to rush into something, and I want it to naturally happen.
Yeah.
My next relationship.
Yeah. And there were points in the 6 years that I was like, I want someone, you know, because I've always gone from one relationship to the next. Like I never really took the time to work on myself, to figure out what happened in the last one. Why did that not work and fix those things? I would just be like, I'm like Beyonce, to the left, to the left. And there was another one in a minute. You know, like you just got somebody new. And then you just bring all that into the new thing. And, you know, when you don't look at yourself, you're just going to keep on doing the same stuff. So this time I wanted it to be different. I'm like, I need to work on this.
So you're being intentional.
Way more intentional.
Okay. So before you were single, were you married?
I was married twice.
Twice. Okay.
Yep.
So, where did you meet your previous or current suitors?
My first husband I met at church.
Okay.
He was a youth pastor.
So that had to be years ago. This was probably
I was
before they had
20
dating apps. Did they have dating apps?
I don't know, but I wasn't on one.
Do you use dating apps?
I do not. I don't. I have been on a dating app like once for 2 weeks after I got divorced this time. And I was like, this is, no. I couldn't do it.
It wasn't for
It just
you?
wasn't for me.
Yeah, I don't.
It works for a lot of people that I
It
know.
does.
Friends
I don't think
of
it'll
mine.
work for me. My
You don't think-
personality.
Why?
I want to meet you doing something you enjoy doing. And I'm going to
like
meet you where I'm probably doing that same thing.
That's where typically,
Yeah.
so I met,
So you need to come to the trampoline park,
So-
Six Flags.
I know, where else do you
Have
go?
good knees.
Golf clinics.
Yes. Networking events.
Yeah. So like I met the boy's dad at work.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Work.
But we didn't date at work. It was after I left the job, then I started dating him.
Because I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts about dating in the workplace?
I don't agree.
Okay.
I don't think it's good.
I have been with the same company for 18 years, and I've never dated anyone at the company.
Wow, look at that.
But as you become older,
You ready to date somebody from work?
I'm not opposed to it. It just depends. It really all depends. Because one, I know he's employed. He has dental insurance.
Oh my gosh, dental.
No, but I'm open to it, but I would be very selective.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah. I would be
Especially at
very
work
selective.
because, you know, they got sayings about that.
Yeah, what they say? Don't make money where you make your honey.
Oh, that's a good one. But I wasn't thinking
that's it.
that.
What were you thinking? What?
I'll say it later. I'll post
Okay.
it somewhere. It's vulgar. But yeah, I don't agree because I think it can, you know, that could jeopardize your workplace if it doesn't go real sometimes.
I agree. And your emotional state, because think if you break up with that person and you both are still working there, you
gotta
still
keep-
have to see that person.
I don't want to look at you
That
no
is
more
true.
after that.
So again, I
we
would be
break up-
very selective. I'm not looking to date anyone at work, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay.
Because I might decide that I want to go somewhere else and pursue a different career or work with a different company.
You ain't going nowhere.
Oh, hush. I rebuke that. All right, so since we're on relationships, let's talk about our past. So we are the sum of our experiences, and typically your past will shape who you are.
That's true.
What type of history of relationships have you seen in the past
Like in my family and
in
stuff.
your family?
Everybody divorced.
Okay.
Everybody.
As opposed to me, pretty much everyone is married. And they've been married 10 plus. I had a cousin, we just celebrated my first cousin. He is the first grandchild. He is 80 years old and he looks fabulous.
80-year-old first cousin.
So that tells you my parents were
Right. Well,
older.
your dad specifically.
But my mother was older too.
But your mom is not that old in relation
well, you
to.
think she is.
But your dad, though.
He was older,
older.
much older. And so his first I guess his first nephew, 80 years old. Him and his wife just celebrated 50 years of marriage. I think 51, actually. And then I have a few other cousins, 10, 20. So I didn't really see a lot of divorce. There were a few here and there, but it was mainly more people staying together, sticking it out, than there were people that were getting divorced.
Interesting.
Very.
We're like the complete opposite.
Complete.
Because no. And see, my family's like a matriarchy, my mom's side, where the women are very bold and outspoken and, is it intolerant? That's the word, right? Intolerant. So I did not learn the patient part of love from that side of my family. Because I think there is a type of like something you do have to have that says, I'm a work with this, person or whatever that is that isn't there.
Well,
that's what I'm working on now. Like I'm learning
how's your
it,
patience nowadays?
It's very it's getting better, but it's something I have to actively work on constantly. Like it's not something that's just like
overnight.
No, like when something happens, we probably broken up a couple times. I'm like, I don't like that. Bye, or whatever. Not like that, but I'm being extreme. But at the same time, I do because I'm a flight person. I'm fight, the fight or flight. I'm flight. I'm out.
And see, my parents were married. I want to say almost at least 30 years plus.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's all I saw and that's all I knew. So me, I've been single all this time. I was in a long-term relationship with my daughter's father. And then after that, I've dated a couple of people. Then I had another relationship. But all I knew was marriage. And at one point, it was, do we marry just because I have a daughter? And I was like, I don't want to just get married because you're my daughter's father. Right?
I like that.
And so that was hard. I had a little shame there. Because
you were ashamed because
I was not married.
Okay.
Yep. I was not married, but I had to push through it. And in the end of the day, I am very happy that I did not get married.
Yeah. On the other hand, my first marriage was a lot of pressure. And I succumbed to the pressure. It was a lot from my church.
So it wasn't even from your parents?
No, my mom did not want me to marry him at all. And
you didn't listen to her?
I did not listen to my mom because I just thought that she was, I don't know what I thought. I just did not, I just didn't listen. I just didn't. I wanted what I wanted.
Wow.
I mean, and I wasn't marrying for the right reason. I was living in the hood. Literally, I had somebody shoot up my neighborhood. I had bullets in my house. I wanted to get the hell out of there. I was in college, working hecka hard, full time, doing all that. And I'm like, look, I'm over this. Like, if I can get married to this dude and move out of here and have some security about myself, then so be it.
And I guess for me, marriage it might have been a discussion, but for me, I was like, okay, I want to finish school, take care of my daughter. And then at that time, I was like, you know what? I don't want to live in this city. So I need to make sure I'm equipped to relocate wherever. So then that's when I got the opportunity to move to Texas, and I moved. So I wasn't really thinking about marriage. And then moving in the South, I will say, I feel, and what I've observed, there are a lot of people here that are married as opposed to in Chicago.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm thinking most of the people have gone to school with each other and they're college sweethearts or high school sweethearts. You didn't see a lot of that to me in the inner city of Chicago.
Yeah, I would never, I'll say this, I would never do that, again, as far as marrying someone for the wrong reason. Like at this point, if I decide to marry again, it will be very clear the reason and purpose
of the
for
marriage,
the relationship.
Okay.
I'm good. Like, especially now, it's like I don't
so
need
you're okay
to
with
marry
being,
anybody.
Okay.
I want to, and have a reason for that.
So speaking of that, so you are open to marriage, sounds like.
Open.
You're open to it, marrying again.
I mean, it's tough to think about. Just because, I don't feel like married people really sell it good. They don't sell marriage because most people I know, I'm not gonna say
in
most
this
people,
day
but
and time.
it just seemed like it's not as fun as it would. You know, when you're a little girl, if you're a little girl who thought about getting married at one time, you're like, oh, you think about the wedding dress, the wedding, how beautiful it's gonna be. This guy's gonna be this knight in shining armor. He's gonna come and sweep you off your feet, take you from your dad's hands, and you guys are gonna go live happily ever after. And that is just not
That's not the
how
case.
it works
Yeah.
at all. So now that I know what it really is, I'm not as quick to want to jump into that.
Do you think social media may have played a role in that?
In what?
In relationships
Not working out?
not working out, or
I don't think so.
no?
No, I don't think so. I mean, because I didn't have social media wasn't popping like that when I was.
Yeah,
married.
but it's easier to cheat now. You have social media, so you can send a message.
Well,
when
as far
someone's
as far as I know, my husband didn't cheat on me,
Well, now.
so that wasn't my problem.
Okay, excuse
As
me.
far as I know, I mean.
Okay,
I mean.
right. All right,
Yeah.
so let's talk about what love is. What's love to you? And I guess if we get into it, I want to just address, like, do you think you've experienced true love? And was there chemistry and compatibility there? And so maybe we can start off with love.
I have learned now
Yes.
that love is, when I say God is love,
Mm-hmm.
He encompasses everything that is supposed to be, patient, kind, all those fruit of the spirit and all that gentleness and all that. And those are hard to keep up with, I think. But what happens is you learn that you love someone through that experience and how they are, how they treat you, how they, think of you, how they, all those things are kind of in there. But I don't think you can get that in the beginning. Like, you have to go through stuff to see these things in action, I think.
And I was just getting ready to say, I look at love as an action.
Yes.
Right? It's a verb. You're doing something.
Yes.
It's not necessarily, you feel it, but it's from the action.
Yeah, because I think the feelings,
The
that's
feelings,
more of the chemistry to me.
Yeah.
I think.
And it could be, feelings could be lust.
They could definitely be, because attraction, all that plays into chemistry, in my opinion. Chemistry can come and go. I can have chemistry with 5 people in one day. It's an energy.
It really is.
It's intangible.
It's an emotional connection that you have with someone.
I don't know if it's emotional.
Well, okay, it's just a connection. We'll say it's a connection.
Because I literally have had times where I have been somewhere and I met a guy, didn't even meet him. Like, you just see each other and like instantly, instantly there's just like this, the chemistry is just, it's an intangible. It's kind of hard to even put it into words because I feel like it is more of a feeling, as opposed to like actually being compatible with somebody.
Right. And I think compatibility, which is why my previous relationships didn't work, is because we didn't have the same values.
Core values.
We were not compatible at all. And you look back over there like, what do we have in common? We didn't have anything in common.
You don't have any joint hobbies.
Yes.
You should have something that you guys like to do together. And what are our goals? Like, what are we doing?
Do you believe in God?
Forget believing in God. Do you have a relationship?
That's true.
Because everybody say, I know Jesus. Do you know him, though? Does he know
That's
you?
True.
That's
You
the
said, does
question.
he know you?
You know him, but does he know you? I mean, and that doesn't mean you got to be a preacher, because obviously
you don't have to be a
that wasn't
deacon
the
or anything.
answer.
I'm looking deacons with a hint of gray.
That wasn't the answer, because
Right.
I've had that. But I think it has more to do with, do you have your own relationship with him? And for me, because that's a big part of who I am and where my values come from, whether I'm, living them all the way through or not, but having that core source, that you both can go to
back
separately,
to,
but this is our place
it will
where
bring
we
us back
know.
together.
Yes.
Right.
So I do think that's very important. Because they said that 1 in 2 couples end in divorce, but 1 in 10,000 couples end in divorce when they pray together.
Wow.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I didn't know that. I was like, what? That's we need to start right now.
Give me your hand right
get
now.
over here. Right.
I'm about to lay hands on you.
Exactly. So I'll be like, don't lay hands on me if you ain't got no power. You better have some
Yeah, 'cause
the
you
right
have
spirit
everybody,
within you.
So, chemistry compatibility. Do you think you need to be equally yoked?
I definitely think so. I think first of all, you got to have both.
Okay.
Because I'm
I
not
don't
trying
think
to.
you can have one and not the other.
Yeah, because I mean, even though chemistry I do think comes in waves, it can come and go. But at some point, it needs to be there because.
And chemistry total is like an attraction.
Yes. I want someone who, when we have a fight, like if we see each other, it be like,
You're still cute.
why are we fighting anyways?
Right.
You know, obviously go back. Yeah, exactly. Get over here and give me a hug. And it's like, and then we still could have a good conversation about what we thought about, and we can really sit down and have a conversation, and not just, you know,
Right. And
I want you. I want to like you. I don't want to just be with you. Because you can love people you don't like.
absolutely.
And I don't want that. I want to like you.
I
and
really
wanna
want to like you. So, how do you. So, for me, in order for me to like you, I think I need to be your friend first.
Got to be your friend. That's why I think I'm so like, nowadays, I'm almost trying to convince the dude not to like me. Because I reveal so much. No, this is just, I reveal so much about myself. Because honestly, I feel like if someone gets to know the true me, that's how I'm gonna know you're my person. Because do you accept me for who I am? I know we all are unique, right, in our own ways, and I know that I'm a little unconventional when it comes to certain things. But I want to make sure you're okay with accepting that, because I don't plan on changing it. So.
And you don't want to force it.
Yeah, because people act like they're cool with something, and then later they be trying to change it.
Like, I don't really like that.
Right, and I'd be like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
I am who I am.
I am who I am. I'm constantly a work in progress. I do work on myself a lot. So that is a plus for whoever I'm with, because I don't need you to come telling me everything that's wrong with me. I'm going to be looking for it and working on it myself. So I'll show my closet.
You show your closet.
Because it's messy. I'm like, you sure? You sure this is good? Okay. All right now. Like, I'm constantly doing that. Because I'm always like thinking.
So you're being vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. And it's almost a thing that I'm like, I don't know. If someone does know the true me, will they really love me? Will they truly accept me? You know? So there's a little mixture in there of just making sure.
I'm sure there is someone out there for everyone.
I think everybody has somebody.
Really.
Not just one. It might be more than one. I don't think that it's just one person that you know, people say soulmate is like your own. I don't believe in that. I think that you can be compatible and have chemistry with multiple people. More than one person.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
All right, so.
What about you? Tell me all your stuff. Shoot, I feel like I'm being interviewed.
Well, you know what? I don't know that I've experienced true love. I think it was lust. I was young when I had my daughter, so we were still in school, so I don't know that I knew what love was as it pertains to a relationship.
I definitely did not know either time.
I had no business doing what I was doing, and I didn't know what love was. And not to negate my parents or anything, they were from the old school. Don't do this is all they told me. They didn't tell me why you shouldn't do it. I mean, they said, oh, don't do that because you'll get pregnant. But get to know a man, his relationship with his mother, or the woman who is raising him, because it may or may not be his mother, because that is a key indicator to me. It's a red flag for me, how they could potentially treat me.
Do you think that, did your parents ever tell you, like, why they got married? Like, what was their story?
I think it's old school. They saw each other. I think my parents met through a mutual cousin, and that was it.
Because I think that's why, and I'm just trying to think, you know, like when my parents were together, they were friends for years. They never got married. My mom and dad never got married. They were together for 10 years, I think. And by the time they had already been, my sister was 2, I think, when my mom got with my dad, and they always talk about their friendship. And the
it.
reason they didn't get married was because my dad was playing ball. He didn't want to commit, but they were having a great relationship, so he felt like he didn't need to. But my mom gave him an ultimatum, like, I ain't about to be out here just being your baby mama.
Right.
So then they just didn't. And so, but I think they were friends. Like, every time they talk about their relationship, it's like we laugh a lot.
And
we
they still have a relationship to this day.
Exactly. They still are friends. They are still.
That's why my theory is like, be friends first, because then you can tell. And I give the example of a friendship with just one of my female friends. If I get to know you and I see your characteristics and I'm like, our values don't align, I may not want to be your friend, right?
Oh, yeah, that's, you already know. We didn't.
Because if I see, like, your integrity and I'm like, okay, you know what? I can't trust this person, then we can't be friends. Yeah. And so I feel like if you're friends, you can over time kind of see where their values are, what type of integrity they do or they don't have. And if, I just...
It's the same criteria.
It really is.
I feel like it's the same. And me and one of my best friends will laugh about how we are more in a relationship than
in a relationship.
Than with the guys, because I feel like but I do think it's the same criteria, because there's not every girl that I meet that I'm not super close with, you know? It's levels to it. You got to get deeper. It takes time, investment, and learning, experiencing stuff with each other, you know? Like our friendship, even, like, we've been doing this for some years now, so right. It's kind of like, okay, I know who you are.
Right.
I like you.
I like you. That's that likability factor.
Because we balance each other in different ways. We're not the same. You know, we're not the same.
I don't think I could date anybody like me.
I don't want no. And not that I'm not an awesome person.
Right.
But because I'm already me, I can't have another me.
Copy paste.
That's not gonna work. We both can't be the center of attention. Keep it in real. But, you know, I need someone who's chill, like the opposite of me, basically.
The opposite.
But still have commonalities, right? Certain things that we do enjoy and stuff like that. But I need a more calm person.
I do
more
too.
laid back.
Yep.
Kind of doesn't take me super serious when it comes to, like, my extraness. They be like, she over here tripping. You know, I just need somebody who just be, look at her. Okay. And then when I'm out being an Aries, then you could be like, look at my baby over there shining. You know what I mean?
Shining,
like, I need...
Shining.
That's what I need. Because I know I'm a lot. So.
I'm still trying to figure out what I need.
Don't know what you need.
I know what I don't want. And that's for
that's
the episode.
Very important.
Yeah.
We need to do a part 2.
So we do need to do a part 2. Knowing what you don't want. Right?
Yeah, because I know what I don't want.
That will definitely help you. So,
yeah,
my parents, they didn't tell me. I think it's the age thing. And so that's why I'm so forthcoming and vulnerable with Kiara. Like, I don't tell her too much, but I tell her enough to help her so that we don't repeat the cycle. Because you said it earlier, you believe in generational curses,
I
right?
definitely believe in generational curses.
So I want to break that.
But see, and then, like, now with me and my parents, we talk so much now, candidly, which I think it would have helped me if we had done that earlier. My dad used to be like, one day I'm going to tell you about that. One day I'm going to tell you about that.
Right.
You know, and then it never came. So, like, recently I said, what happened? You were supposed to tell me all this stuff. He's like, well, now you already know everything. But I find that now I'm learning, like, hey, we're doing the same. I'm doing the stuff y'all was doing. Yeah. Because you guys are my parents, obviously. I have some of the same tendencies and stuff. So I'm just learning. You know, it's all a process of working on yourself. I think that's what's different in this situation. I've never been single for 6 years. This is the longest I've ever been single in my whole life, you know, but I enjoyed the journey. I think that first part of it was just like getting through that healing process, right?
It did, yeah.
Figuring out what the heck happened and why, again,
what was the lesson
did I have this happen? Really working on it, therapy.
Yep.
Digging in uncomfortable places, learning about my family, coming to realizations about my parents. My dad, I had him on a pedestal for my whole life because I'm looking at him through daughter's eyes, comparing every dude to him. And realistically, as a man, he's just like everybody
Any other man.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, wait, I'm comparing you to something that ain't even real. He not even what I'm comparing you to, you know. So that was
And
the
that was a
biggest
different
aha
experience.
moment for me.
Yeah.
Biggest.
Because my dad used to run my bath with water.
Oh,
Every day.
woo!
Every morning.
And you had that OG dad. See, he
Ooh.
understood what it took. See, he did it right.
Oh.
You missed that, huh?
Oh, I do.
I'll run you some bath bombs again. You know, I love my bath.
Aries is known for her baths.
Yes.
So, true love, yes or no?
I don't think I've had true love yet.
Okay. Same.
Because I think you have to be... I don't think I've ever really been vulnerable in relationships either. I didn't trust them.
Same.
I did not trust them enough to really be me, which is, I think, why I'm so revealing and vulnerable now. Because I'm like, get all of this, you know?
And you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yep.
That's exactly why I tell my... if I'm driving and I see something, I'm like, here, that's love. That is love right there. You see that? This is love. This is love. So that she knows you have to give them examples.
Yes.
And if they don't have examples, then they really won't know what love is.
That is true.
And I had to go to the Bible to know, okay, this is what love is. Love is
Yes.
patience. So I had to work on my patience.
That part, man, I think that's what I'm learning.
still working on that.
I'm just learning to be open. Because I will, as soon as I see certain stuff, I will just be like, I'm out of here. And
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. And I want to be more mindful of like, are you out of here because, you know, just because it looks like your past, or maybe the person doesn't know that they did that. Maybe you will be enlightening someone,
Right.
you know, by sharing that. And then if they decide that it's something that is just who they are, then that's fine too. I'm willing to accept someone for who they are, but I need to make sure it's not deal breaker type stuff.
Well,
that you
everyone
got
has
going on.
baggage, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to know what you're willing to accept and what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
And you said something that stood out to me, which was, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So back in the day, right? If I'm thinking back, people made it work. They stayed together, even if it wasn't healthy, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
Well,
Well,
my family.
and I'm not saying my family. I'm
But
just saying in general,
you
right?
know, I think people
But today,
but I think people idolize the past in a way that's not necessarily realistic. For instance, I think if we're talking about just like, let's say we generalize the old school, a lot of the women were stay-at-home moms, and there was an arrangement, there was a agreement that you're going to take care of the house and the kids, I'm going to go out and I'm going to hunt, you know,
Right.
I'm going to be the provider, I'm going to take care of our family. And then some of those women would stay because they like, well,
they had to.
I got to stay, you know,
Right.
and some men may take advantage of that, you know, and do that. So, but some, you know, that's why you see some of these families where granddaddy got some other kids across town, you know, or something like that. But the woman stayed, she knew,
This is true.
and she stayed, you know, and see,
We're more liberated now, so now we can
Yes.
take care of our own households. We are taking care of the household,
Yes.
and we don't necessarily. And I think back to the movie Claudine.
I haven't seen that, but you were telling me about that movie.
So we'll have to watch Claudine. But nowadays, like women, we're doing our own thing, and we're doing it alone.
And I remember hearing a guy say that education was the worst thing that happened to
So
women.
the black woman?
Specifically. Yeah, and you know, we're the most educated, so maybe there's something to
It
that.
could be.
But I'm fine with it because I'd rather be educated. And
I think because we're so liberated, our tolerance level is definitely, and not that you should settle.
Definitely.
Don't ever settle. But
'Cause
our
you're like, I don't
tolerance
need
level,
you.
yeah, that's it.
And I've had both of my husbands say to me, I feel like you don't need me. And when I was younger, I'm like, I don't. I would say that. So I definitely have I never blame, you haven't heard me blame either one of them. It just wasn't the right situation. And even for myself, I was acting in a way that wasn't the right way either, you know? Like, I didn't know that how I was speaking and, you know, doing things wasn't the right way either. But, yeah, I'm like, I want to want you.
I was going to say, I
want you
want
there. You know?
equally, right? Reciprocal.
Yeah.
You want me, I want you.
Yeah, and we want to do this life together. That's really what it's all about, I think. Not that you need to obviously, I don't need you. I've been living in this house for 13 years.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of my kids. Everything's great. You've been doing your thing, taking care. We don't need.
I want to enhance your life.
Can I add value to you?
Yes.
Can you add value to me?
All right.
That's the ultimate goal, right?
So reflecting back on our past relationships, let's talk about closure.
Closure. You got to get it.
You do.
For yourself. Don't look for that person to give it to you.
So, ironically, I received a text from one of my past relationships with an apology text. Mm-hmm. Was not expecting it, didn't ever expect it, was not even looking for it. And I thanked him for the apology. He apologized for the hurt and harm he caused. I appreciate it, but I responded to him that I had already forgiven you before you'd even asked, and I did it for myself.
Yeah.
And it was part of my healing process so that I could move forward. And
how long ago was this relationship?
Well over 6 years.
So imagine if you had waited for that.
I probably would be bitter.
You would be hella bitter.
And in order for me to be better, to be a better person, to be a better friend, a better mother, a better daughter, I had to do that for myself.
Because you wouldn't want to go to nobody's wedding. You wouldn't want to go to celebrate other people with their relationships and stuff. It's hard to do that when you got your own.
And I still have a relationship with like some of his cousins. And so I go get the kids. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have been able to have that relationship with them either.
I agree.
Because I would have been bitter with the whole family.
Yep.
So I said, you know what? Let me forgive him and move forward. And that was the best thing that I could have ever done.
And I think that's a good point because some people will be like, I just want him to apologize or her to apologize. And it's like, I mean, if they never do, what are you going to do about that? Because you can't rely on that. You can't.
And everybody heals and they grow at different times. Because when he sent the text message, I was turning around like, is this a joke? What's going on here? And it was not for any reconciliation or anything. It was truly, and I don't know if it was real.
Maybe it don't matter.
You know, you're right. It doesn't matter, and it's not for me.
Maybe he's in an AA program or something, and he needs to go through because they got those processes where they got to ask for forgiveness from all the people that they think that they offended or whatever. That's a part of that 12-step program.
That's true.
Learning something new every day.
All right.
I mean, not that I have been through it.
I was gonna say,
I know some people who have
from your past relationships.
Oh yeah, I get closure before I break up.
Okay.
I'm a pre-breakup person.
She said I'm a pre-breakup person.
I've been broke up with you way before we actually get done.
Oh my gosh.
And then by the time it's over, I'll be like, okay, so that's why I move on to another relationship because, you know.
And, you know, as part of my closure process, I was a former project manager. So every project has a lessons learned.
Got to do that.
I absolutely always do a lessons learned. Like, okay, what could I have done differently? What did I get from this that I know that I don't want in the future that I won't do? And that's how
I never used to go through it like that until this last time.
Wow.
I think I was always blaming them.
And the lesson learned is probably in my notes somewhere. I know it is.
He's like, cause he crazy, or because blah blah blah. You know, whatever the thing that they did to me.
Right.
I was always doing that instead of assessing myself and saying, how did you end up here in the first place? There's something that attracted you to this person, so don't act like they're just all that.
It is just
bad.
all them. Right.
Something brought you to this, and that's the part that you need to work on and heal. Is whatever that thing was, because I could tell you both, you know, what my things for being in those relationships were, and they weren't the right reasons in the first place. So,
all right,
so much. I mean,
that's just
the
go
past.
On and on about this. This is just the past.
The future.
And what our lessons learned were from that, right? That's an episode 2 or part 2.
Part 2. We'll do a part 2 for that.
All right, so
because I definitely feel like I was
gonna say, you want to add anything?
I got interviewed in the beginning.
I'm sorry. Thank you for checking me.
I need to know who these theys are asking my business. Don't worry
about
it.
They said. They
and them.
So I don't necessarily think we have time for this and that. This has been
we don't have time.
What is our call to action? I would say 1, heal yourself.
Heal yourself.
Take the time to really, whatever that is. For me, I started going to the gym.
That's how we met.
See, I started going to the gym. I did a lot of reflection, journaling, of course, praying.
You would have missed out on this great friendship.
I really would have. Actually, a lot of friendships.
See?
I went to the gym, and that was my release. I can't think of anything else off the top.
You gotta do the work. I remember really thinking about my family history, my mistakes in the relationship, and it's ugly and it hurts and it don't feel good to see all that stuff and be like, whoa. Like, I remember seeing a video of myself talking to him. I was like, girl, that is ugly and not cute. Like, I don't want to be that person.
Right.
And so I had to actively do the work. And I think when you take that responsibility and accountability for your part, you have a part. I know if it seems like the dude or the girl is so bad, you know, but you still have a part, and you got to find out what that is, or you're going to bring that into the next
relationship.
And you got to figure it out. So,
because I blamed it on him. I was like, that is all him. Now, 75% of it was, I probably provoked some things.
Yeah.
And I had to look within myself and say, Kim, who are you? Like,
yeah.
I need to humble myself and not be so mean, right?
Yes.
Why am I acting this way?
Yeah,
why did he bring that out in me?
Because it's in you.
It's in me.
He was the one that brought it up, but it was in there. Pastor Conway, our pastor, he has this thing where he'll have all this stuff in like a jar and he bumps it together. Like, it's this person, and then the stuff is like kind of coming out of each side, and you're like, you doing this to me. But it's in there. If it wasn't in there, it wouldn't come out. So it's just certain people could bring certain things out of you.
So heal yourself. Do the work.
Yeah.
And then you have to embrace the process. I think one thing you said that I can relate to is take the time. I think sometimes we get out of a relationship and we jump into another one.
Yes.
Take that time to heal, and it takes time.
Because it's not fair to the next person.
It's not.
For you to be charging them with all the other person's stuff because you haven't gotten through that yet. So you really have to take that time. And it don't feel good when you don't, your phone, you know, you're kind of not getting text messages, and you just got to fight through it and learn to love you. Go on some dates with yourself and see if you actually like yourself. Because sometimes you might not like yourself. You need to work on that.
Yeah. Be likable.
Because somebody going to like you if you don't like yourself.
That is so true.
And that's real.
Well, I think now we need to talk about a part 2.
Yeah, I think we need to do
because we reflected on our past and just kind of where we are, current state.
Yeah.
And what our future, well, you can't plan your future, but you can anticipate what you want. Set the intention.
That's my power word. Intention.
So that brings us to the end.
Yeah, so what we need you all to do is make sure you go. 63% of our listeners are on Apple Podcasts. So please go, and if you enjoy our podcast, please go there and rate it and review it. It matters to us, and we need it. So please make sure you do that. Go to boldblackgirls.com. We got a couple events that we're doing our first live events next month. So stay on our Instagram page.
You do not want to miss it.
Don't miss it. It's about to be and it's for us. It is really for Black women specifically. We want everyone to come, but it's specifically for Black women in the workplace. So we're going to be talking to Minda Hartz and interviewing her about her new book. That's going to be exciting. So just get more information about that on our Instagram page and on our website. And that's it. Anything else?
No. I think I want to just wish everyone a bold week as you go through your week.
Yes.
And like I said, just work on yourself and heal yourself.
Got to do it. All right, we'll see y'all on part 2 because I feel like we got more stuff to talk about.
Yep.
All right, talk to you later. Peace.